Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Wednesday, February 8, 2023, and giving you our 3 best bets for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Northeastern Huskies vs Hofstra Pride. Hofstra comes here with a record of 17-8 on the year so far. However, in the Colonial Athletic Association the Pride have ended up playing really well and have posted a 10-2 record. The last game on the court for the Pride was a win over Stony Brook by a score of 79-58. Nobody is playing better than Hofstra right now in the NCAA. It's tough enough to defend Estrada, but now you have to match up on Thomas. Last season, Hofstra went to Boston and crushed the Huskies by 22 points. Other than losing to Towson by 19, the Pride have covered on the road, beating Eon by 17, then number 18 Charleston by 4, William and Mary by 13 and Hampton by 16. The Huskies lost at home to Charleston by 26 and Drexel by 21. They rebound, but turn the ball over too much and will struggle to defend Hofstra's guards. Our team pick is Hofstra -6 points. Seton Hall Pirates vs Creighton Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are heading to this game here ranked 23rd in the nation. The Blue Jays are coming in with a 15-8 record overall, but in the Big East the Creighton team has posted a 9-3 mark. The last game for the Blue Jays ended up being a 66-61 win over Villanova. The Creighton Blue Jays are winning games, but this is a difficult road matchup. Creighton has only won 2 of their 6 road games on the season, and Seton Hall is stellar at home. The Pirates are getting better as the season progresses and have won 7 out of their last 8 games. Furthermore, Seton Hall has a great defense that makes them difficult to beat. They have a slightly better defense than Creighton. The Pirates are allowing 93 points per 100 possessions, while the Blue Jays are at 93.4. Also, Creighton is a team that relies on 3-point shooting. They attempt an average of 24 threes per game, and Seton Hall is one of the best in the country when it comes to defending the three. They are limiting opponents to 29.4% shooting from deep, good for 17th in DI. Our team pick is Seton Hall Pirates +3 points. Delaware Blue Hens vs Drexel Dragons. The Drexel Dragons continue a road trip Wednesday night with a game in Delaware against the Delaware Blue Hens. Drexel comes in on Wednesday 2 games without .500 after losing 3 of the last 4, including a 2-point loss to Monmouth in their last game. Offensively, Drexel did shoot the ball extremely well, making nearly 47% of their shots and knocked down 9 long balls, but made just 63.6% from the free throw line and turned the ball over 14 times, leading to the loss. Defensively, Drexel had issues allowing 69 points on 45% shooting and 44.4% from beyond the arc. These teams are similar in terms of KenPom's adjusted efficiency margin, but there is still a difference as Drexel is 205th in collegiate basketball with a -2.57 rating, while Delaware is 227th in the sport with a -4.57 rating so far. There are a large difference between these teams fouling the opponent, as the Dragons are 13th in the nation with just 14.2 total team fouls per game, while the Blue Hens are currently 166th in the sport with 16.8 total team fouls per game, which allows Drexel to keep their key rotational players on the floor. Go with the Drexel Dragons to cover the spread as the better program in this matchup. Our team pick is Drexel Dragons +2.5 points. Michigan Wolverines vs Nebraska Cornhuskers. The Cornhuskers are coming here with a record of 11-13 on the year overall. The Big Ten record for the Nebraska team is sitting at 4-9 on the season so far. Nebraska in their last game ended up securing a win over the Penn State team by a score of 72-63. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are having a rough go in conference play. They have now dropped 7 of their last 10 games and are 1-6 in their 7 Big Ten road games. Nebraska has yet to cover in any of their conference road bouts. Michigan has won 2 games in a row, beating Northwestern and Ohio State. Furthermore, Nebraska is poor offensively. They are only averaging 104.5 points per 100 possessions, marking them 189th in DI, compared to 112.6 points per 100 by Michigan. Nebraska just isn't scoring enough points to stay in games. They have netted 65 or fewer points in 7 of their last 8 games, and the Wolverines' top strength is the defense. Our team pick is Michigan Wolverines minus 10 points. Stony Brook Seawolves vs Monmouth Hawks. Monmouth is coming to the game as one team that has not been impressive at all. The Hawks have ended up getting a 4-20 record so far on the year, but have ended up with a 3-8 record in the conference mark. The Hawks in their last game did pick up a win over Drexel by a score of 69-67. The first game in this series took place on January 5, and Monmouth shot 35% from the field and 12 of 22 from the line. Sure, they aren't the greatest defensive team in the league, but they are on a 3-game winning streak and beat the likes of Delaware and Drexel. They are extremely confident at this point, while Stony Brook is struggling with Stevenson more and without him. Monmouth realizes that they have to rebound and limit the turnovers to win games. That formula has worked as of late. Our team pick is Monmouth plus 3.5 points. Vanderbilt Commodores vs Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee is heading to this game here with a record of 19-4 on the year and ranked 6th in the nation. The Volunteers in the SEC so far have managed to get a 8-2 record on the year. The last game on the court for the Volunteers was a low-scoring win over Auburn by a score of 46-43. I'm not ready to lay double digits with this Tennessee team right now, as its struggles on the offensive end have proven costly of late. The Vols were upset in a road game at Florida that they should have won, and they barely got past Auburn as sizable favorites on Saturday. They continue to shut teams down on the defensive end, but their offense is a major question mark. Vanderbilt was able to have success by using Robbins in the paint in the first meeting between these teams, and I expect that to continue on Wednesday. The Commodores will do enough to stay within the spread in this contest. Our team pick is Vanderbilt plus 9.5 points. Iowa State vs West Virginia. Number 11 Iowa State will try to build on one of its biggest wins of the season when it travels to West Virginia on Wednesday night. The Cyclones snapped a 2-game losing streak with a 68-53 win against then number 8 Kansas on Saturday. West Virginia has won 3 of its 4 games since then, cruising to a 93-61 win over Oklahoma over the weekend. Odds makers are not fully accounting for how different this Iowa State team has been at home and on the road this season. The Cyclones tend to be a polarized team due to their home court advantage, but that principle has been even more pronounced this season. They are just 1-6 in their last 7 road games, which is the key thing to focus on in this matchup. West Virginia has won 7 straight home games against Iowa State and is 11-3 in its last 14 home games overall. The Cyclones are terrible at the free throw line and have been dealing with turnover issues, so their lack of success on the road has not been particularly surprising. Our team pick is West Virginia minus 2.5 points. Memphis vs South Florida. The South Florida Bulls host the Memphis Tigers Wednesday in an American Athletic Conference clash. The Bulls are 10-13 overall and 3-7 in the AAC, while the Tigers are 17-6 overall and 7-3 in the conference. Memphis has won 4 straight over South Florida, including a 93-86 win back on December 29, but they failed to cover as a 15-point favorite. Tip-off is at the Euangling Center in Tampa. These two teams played a very close game last time around and South Florida easily covered at Memphis. They are playing home this time around, and I also like the Bulls to cover here. As South Florida showed in the last game between these two teams, they match up well with Memphis. They have the size to match Memphis and actually out-rebounded the Tigers. They also have the type of offensive firepower to hang with the fast-paced Tigers attack. The Bulls also come into this game with some momentum, having covered in losses at Temple and SMU, losing close games on the road. They will keep this one close enough to cover, too. Take South Florida here. Belmont vs Missouri State. Another poor showing on Saturday in the NBA when the Clippers and Knicks easily finished over their point total thanks to playing into overtime and sending us to a disappointing loss. Sunday we bounce back with an NBA best bet that is sure to put us back on track and start a lengthy winning run. In their last 10 games, Belmont is 8-2 Austrian shillings, while Missouri State is 5-5 at TS. When diving into the previous 5 games, these offenses are also on 2 completely different levels, as the Bruins are averaging 76.8 points per game, while the Bears are scoring just 62.2 points per game. There is a sizable gap according to KenPom's adjusted efficiency margin, as Belmont is 129th in the country with a plus 3.35 rating, while Missouri State is 153rd in the nation with a plus 1.03 rating thus far. All in all, go with the Belmont Bruins to cover the spread on the road. Our team pick is Belmont Bruins plus 0.5 points.